Welcome back to Buses, Bikes, and Beers. In March, we decided to fly from Idaho Falls to New Orleans to visit Marybeth's sister and family. This episode finds us the morning of our second day as we prepare for another adventure.
There's a magic blue sky up there. Let's follow it. Let's just follow it.
Oh, it's raining again.
Rain delay.
Here comes the rain. Rain delay.
We're going to ride our bicycles to the World War II
We had a
Museum
plan.
today.
We had a plan for today.
Rain delay.
This rain is not cooperating with our plan. This was unaccounted for in our plan. But we're gonna ride the cruiser bikes to the World War II Museum today. It's our second full day in New Orleans, and we had a great day yesterday. Today was gonna be another great day,
It is going to be another great day.
but rain.
Just a rain delay. I don't have my watch on. I don't know what time it is. After 10 o'clock. I really wanted to be on our bikes already.
But it was supposed to be sunny by 10, according to the
Yeah.
weather guy. Liars.
So we delayed our departure because of the weather forecast. And the weather forecast was slow in producing the results it said it was going to produce, which is this rain. It's supposed to be earlier.
We'll wait for the rain. Okay, update. Rain delay is over.
Full sun now.
Full sun, full steam ahead. Off to the museum. We ready to go?
I'm setting the course.
These are our great bikes for today.
6.7 miles away. We're going to go ahead and try St. Charles.
We're gonna do it.
Why not?
Here we go. Hopefully the wind dies down
Yeah.
as
The storm goes through.
whatever this little storm was runs its course. I didn't actually look at the wind forecast. I just looked at the rain.
How's the wind?
The wind is good now that it's in my back.
There's quite a breeze blowing behind us in that direction. Woo!
There's a basketball.
It's gonna make for a fun trip home if it continues. But we're up for it.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. Looking down at my phone where I have the map displayed, it's actually got a speedometer on it. That's kind of cool. I'm going 10 miles per hour, not working very hard on account of that wind behind me. How's the wind blowing ya?
Quite nicely. You?
Oh yes, 10 miles per hour without working. 12, 13.
I have quite a bit more rolling resistance than you do.
You sure do.
It's like riding a fat tire bike. You know, I ride so much in a bike with drop handlebars that
This change of pace.
this change of pace and this riding position is quite comfortable. Cruiser mode.
Do you know who you remind me of? With the basket and everything? Think old movie. We're off to see the wizard.
Oh. I'm Dorothy.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, does she
Rides
have
it
a bike?
in the tornado scene.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were gonna say Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, that too. But you don't have a bow tie on.
This is St. Charles Avenue, for those of you familiar with New Orleans. Luckily, it's a very busy road, but luckily there's this beautiful bike lane. Nice old houses.
That's trolley checks, because we're on St. Charles. It's the St. Charles trolley checks. We want to take that one day while we're here. It's really difficult to say St. Charles trolley tracks. Try it real fast. St. Charles trolley tracks. St. Charles trolley tracks.
Going the right way?
Yeah, we are. We are going the right way. What a beautiful day in New Orleans. Love those trees. I believe they're live oak. So beautiful. You can see all the beads hanging from the trees. Even with the wind and the threat of rain, I am so thankful Julie had bicycles for us to ride, because this is, oh, so much better than getting to this museum by car. I love taking the bicycle to get where I need to go. I just get to see more, experience more, smell more. Not many smells today, but you know what I mean. It's a fantastic way to get around a city, if you can do it safely, which I feel we are able to here. We're getting into downtown area, if they call it that. I'm not sure. I see a big building, so I would call it a downtown area. Hi guys! I think the people see the camera on the head, and that prompts them to wave, which is a good thing. Oh, just loving this bike ride today. I feel good. Na, 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 na. I knew that I would now. Na, 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 na. Tacos and beer.
Yay!
We're all in this together. Rosie Riveter. Are you excited to be at the museum?
Yeah.
Well, I see bicycles, but I don't see a bike rack. Oh, here they are in the corner.
Nice.
That's great use of space. This dead space for cars.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
it is. We made it to the World War II Museum. The National World War II Museum. This is gonna be really cool.
It's really huge.
It's bad, it's huge. It is massive. I hope they got this plane secured well.
We got our tickets.
We got our
We're
tickets.
in the museum. We just watched a little video in the train over.
Bye-bye, we're leaving. Wave to everybody. Look at the cars.
I remember seeing the posters on the wall, and I really wanted to be a Marine.
Talking about people about why they enlisted. It was very uplifting.
It was
Very
uplifting. It was
And now we're gonna go see what we can see before our 3 o'clock showing of Beyond Boundaries.
Beyond Boundaries. Narrated by Tom Hanks. Let's go. This is talking about the Allies.
After Japan
In the
invaded China.
Yeah, well, this is the Pacific front, and the Allies in the Pacific front. And there's China, which is really Taiwan. Thank you to all our friends in Taiwan. There's Chiang Kai-shek. Which was right in the middle. There it is. All hail this juicy IPA.
Look what we found.
We found
right
it.
in the middle of the museum. Beer.
That's really
So,
good.
We're having lunch and a beer.
That's a 48-star flag.
Because that was the American flag during the war.
It was, because Hawaii and Alaska.
Came after World War II.
That's correct. That's good beer.
We
This
just
is a
went-
huge museum.
we just
We've
went-
seen 10% of it, maybe.
1%.
One?
Well, maybe 10%. We just went through the section where they got to the bombs being dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I'm reading a book that is covering that era right now, so it's fascinating to me. The Atomic Weight of Love. Good.
Check it out.
So we met Frank. He was sitting next to us at the restaurant while we had our lunch, and he's offered to give us a private tour.
He works for the museum.
He works for the museum.
And has for a long
Are you a
time.
docent?
I could be. I'm not a docent, but I could be.
What's a docent?
A volunteer?
Oh.
A docent is somebody that is historically immersed in this place. But since I've been involved with the museum for 22 years, I'm pretty much a docent.
Yeah, right.
What's
The
your
fact-
involvement with the museum? Officially?
We have a warehouse about 2 blocks from here where we keep all of the artifacts that are not on display, and we keep them running. So like all of the vehicles that you see in the museum run,
Oh, that's cool.
and our job is to keep them running.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, John, how you doing? Doing good, brother. So I'm giving a little tour. John Mendoza
Hey,
is
John.
actually a docent. When he was only here for like a month or two, we were over at the warehouse. We came into work that day and we were like, what do you want us to do? And the curator said, wash the Sherman tank. We're like, and I was like, so you want me to take it through a drive-through?
Quarter car wash?
Touchless.
It took us all day to wash this tank. The next day we came in and we were like, okay, what do you want us to do today? And he was like, wash the inside of the tank. So when he got
Oh, no.
in and I got in, we filled that tank up.
They're not big inside.
Couldn't believe there were 5 people normally in that tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly small, but we filled it up, we vacuumed it out, and we washed it out, and it smelled like oranges when we were done.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
what I-
crazy.
Yeah, so I developed a whole new appreciation for tankers.
I'll bet you.
So this particular airplane was flown to Dallas, Texas, and then what they would do is they would fly what they call the back door to Europe, so they would take off from Texas, fly to Presque Isle, Maine, which is the furthest easternmost air base that we had at the time. It's still there today. Then they would take off from Presque Isle, fly over the Arctic Ocean into England or the back door to Europe.
Ah.
Once they landed, they'd load them full of bombs and send them to Germany. So this particular airplane is called My Gal Sal. She took off from Presque Isle and was flying over the Arctic Ocean and ran into a massive blizzard with a severe headwind on it. So now they're running out of gas. The pilot was 21 years old, and he knows he can't get to England.
He's not going to make it.
He's not going to make it, and he's got no place to land to get more fuel. So he has one of 2 choices. I can either land this thing in the Arctic Ocean and we're all dead, or I can try to land it on an iceberg. Now the icebergs 80 years ago were much bigger than what they are today. So that's what he did. Now remember, it's 25 below zero. It's cold. And they worked in 24-hour shifts cutting the tips off of one of the propeller blades to free up the propeller to start the engine. It took them 2 days, and they got it done. And they started the engine, they got the electricity going, they got the radio going, they called back to Presque Isle, they got a hold of the Army, and the Army goes, we'll get to you when we can. They were on the iceberg for 10 days, and they all survived the experience. The Army flew in Catalinas, which can land in water. And they dropped in supplies for them. So they survived the 10 days. They all survived the war, all 10 of them, except for one. And the guy that did not survive the war is the tail gunner. He was killed over Europe about 8 months later. The other 9 crew members survived the war. And this airplane, she's called My Gal Sal. She sat on the iceberg for 40 years.
Oh my goodness.
Really?
A long time.
John says 50.
A long time.
A long time. So an entrepreneur in California that owned a construction company that built like interstates, ex-military, ex-pilot, finds out about the story. He flies a crew to the Arctic Ocean on that iceberg.
Wasn't it buried in ice by then?
No, it was sitting on top of the ice.
Still just sitting
The
there.
ice is melting and melting and melting over time. It probably got smaller.
Well, the
Wow.
iceberg got smaller, but the plane was still there.
Right. Yeah, there was something.
So he flies a crew there, and they set up an encampment, and they dismantle this thing
Oh my God.
and bring it back to California.
It set for 5 years before they started working on it. And I think it took them 12 years to
To restore it.
restore it, yeah.
So another entrepreneur in Cincinnati, Ohio, ex-pilot, ex-military, finds out about the story. He buys the airplane, brings it to Cincinnati, and the idea was and use it as a macro exhibit in front of the private airport in Cincinnati. So in all the years that it took to restore it, the private airport in Cincinnati closes. So now he's got a fully restored World War II B-17. What do you do with it? So he calls us and he goes, do you want it?
Yes.
And we're like,
Yes, please.
yeah. So Boeing gave us the money to build this building to hang that airplane.
That is neat.
That's the propeller blade. Now the reason they could cut through them was because the propeller blades are not made out of steel.
Aluminum.
They're made out of aluminum, so it's a softer metal. Still took 2 days. But can you imagine sitting in?
No.
It's your turn.
No,
It's
don't break the blade.
It's 25 below zero outside. Go out there, spend 2 hours.
And your
Wet.
calorie intake is limited.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was neat, huh?
That was really neat.
That was neat. We have to find the bikes now. I think they're
Ends
that
our
way?
time at the World War II Museum.
Yeah. I think
Now
it's this way.
Going to ride our bikes home again.
Yeah, if you come to New Orleans, then you've
This
got
is a
to.
must-see.
It's a must see. And I'm going to tell you,
Spend more time than we did.
yeah. You're going to have to use your time. If you only have a day or so, you're going to need to use your time wisely because it is whew, awesome. Big.
Very, very well done museum.
Yeah, fantastic.
One
Huge.
of the best I've ever seen.
And we got lucky. We got a personal tour from Frank.
Yeah, that was
That worked
really
out
cool.
quite well.
He just happened to be sitting next to us at the restaurant.
Okay, we got to find the parking garage and get the bikes.
Yes.
There's the bikes. Just got to unlock them. And off we go. We are done with the museum. And we are on the bikes. Headed back to Julie's. Is your mommy straight?
This is my mommy's street. We'll call it Connie Way. We're just driving down Connie Way. Thinking about you, Mom. I'm Connie Way. We are approaching our destination, which is the Bulldog Cafe. Yes.
Where'd you bring us?
The Bulldog.
The Bulldog? Let's go see. That's a lot of taps.
Uptown's International Tavern. Lots of beer on tap. It seems like everybody here in New Orleans is on vacation.
Yeah.
That's because
Well, the reason everybody here seems like they're on vacation all the time, I mean everybody we encounter, is there is a nickname for this town.
but everybody we encountered, even the people who are working,
Well, the nickname for this town is the Big Easy. That's why.
everybody is taking it easy.
Everybody operates at a rate that is several notches lower than probably the rest of the world is used to.
It's kind of nice.
It's nice. Everybody's relaxed.
Happy?
You don't have to get your undies in a bunch. You know? There's probably some downsides to it, but as a visitor, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
And the weather's nice.
Hopefully, when we're talking, you can't hear play that funky music in the background. So we'll have to
Play
see.
that funky music, white boy. We're on track now.
How's city driving?
It's easy.
It's easy in the Big Easy.
It's easy in the Big Easy. I'm on Big Easy bicycle. Everything's big and easy here. I do miss the gears though.
I bet. I got a few of them here. 7 of them. Oh, nice new pavement. What a treat. Nice.
Hey, we're in a park.
Audubon Park.
There's a golf course over there. I see a golf cart. Turning left.
Oh, thanks. No worries. Oh no, you are entering an area which is within the Audubon Golf Course. This area may be dangerous, and you risk being struck by golf balls or golf carts. The Audubon Nature Institute shall not be liable for your injury or death.
Or death? I could be
Resulting,
killed by a golf ball.
resulting from the use of this area. I'm at least wearing a helmet.
That's true. This way. Here's the path, see? You're off the path. Don't get hit by a golf ball. Baby, I don't know where we're going.
I think a blue line would be happier if I ran that paved trail. See the people walking up there? I think we're gonna go left on that. We're gonna go left on that. Where that bicycle is, follow her.
We made it, and we didn't get hit by a golf ball. We didn't die.
We didn't die. It's so exciting.
Look how many people are using this. This is awesome, isn't it? You forgot to put his shoes on. You forgot to put your shoes on.
Oh.
Oh dear. Look at that house, that's neat. And the Mississippi River Trail.
We are not up on the levee yet. This building is protecting us from any winds there may be, but I am predicting a little bit of wind on the rest of our ride home. We have 2 miles. So pretty! Whew. Okay, the guy on the bicycle up ahead has a whizzer. He's got a whizzer attached to his bike, which is really cool in concept, but it is gas powered. I had to chase you down! You don't see one of those every day. He did not want to talk to me. He probably only has so much range and he needed to get someplace. He was carrying a trombone. I think he probably had to get to a gig, but we got to see it.
Marybeth went to chase a guy that was going the opposite way as us on a bike that looked like a whizzer, which is a bike with a small gas engine. It's like the e-bike before e-bike, but it was a gas-powered e-bike powered bike, not e-bike bike. Whatever. She had a better chance of catching him than me on this single-speed coaster brake cruiser.
He was carrying a trombone. I'm guessing he needed to get to where he was going. And probably only has so much gas. Remember when I said to that motorized bicycle, you don't see one of these every day? Well, lo and behold, 2 days later, we saw this parked outside Café du Monde. Shocking.